Hey, this is Gill at NextHome Lifestyles, coming to you on November 15th for another weekly housing snapshot, taking a look at the city of San Jose. So let's get started by taking a look at our current active and pending numbers. This is where we're going to see how many homes are available for sale on the market that are condos, townhouses, and single-family residences. So this week, surprise, surprise, we're dropped again for the 6th week in a row. We're currently sitting at 409 active properties available for sale compared to last week, which was 426. And you can see month over month, you can see how big of the difference is. So as we're continuing to head into the wintertime and right between holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, I continue to predict and expect those inventory numbers to fall. But the question is demand going to stay consistent, or is demand going to start easing off as well? Pending properties for this week, we are down to 776, but still significantly higher than what's available, which means we're still in a very strong seller's market. The demand is fierce. Compared to last week when we had 812 and the previous month at 871. So you can see a big difference in how inventories dropped pretty significantly month over month, yet housing demand is still relatively stable. We have a drop of over 150 points versus a drop of less than 100. Let's jump into the trends. Do we see any forecasts coming, anything to change our mind regarding where the overall housing market is headed? My prediction is no, but let's jump in and take a look. New listings over the last 7 days were down at 166 new homes coming to the market. Surprise, surprise. Last week was 172. Month over month was 218. So again, as we continue to head into the holiday season, you'll notice that those numbers for new listings coming to the market will continue to diminish, as a lot of people just don't like having their house up for sale during Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I don't blame them. Although there are some benefits for selling at this time period, especially in the market we're in now, but we'll save that for another video. Next up, demand trend. So new contracts ratified over the last 7 days were down to 153. From the previous month, we were at 166, and month over month we were at 180. So again, you can see the difference is less in new contracts versus new listings. Again, demand level is staying strong. Trailing demand. So what's actually closing sale? Are our closings on track with the new contracts being ratified? For the most part, I would predict yes, just because again, the market is so strong. So new closings of the last 7 days, we have 176. Higher than the week before at 172. And what's really interesting is we have more closed this past week than we did month over month. Just showing that more transactions are coming through to close. Not everything closes that goes under contract. Obviously, if there's major repairs or things figured out during the purchase process, a buyer does have the ability to back out sometimes. So again, we're not going to see 1 for 1 when it comes to under contract to close. So not too significant, other than the fact that we're definitely closing out or beginning to close out on more homes as the overall selection and choice of properties continues to narrow for buyers. Market expectations. When properties are listed, are they selling quickly? Are sellers getting the prices they want? That's what we're looking at now. So new properties that failed to sell over the last week, we slipped all the way down to 23 that came off market, as opposed to 36 from the week previous, and 29 was the number month over month. Again, not a significant share. The market dynamics heavily favor sellers. Price changes. How many homes went through a price change over the last week? 64 did, which is about 15% of the active inventory, versus last week 74, 17%. And month over month, 88, which was about 16%. So you can see pretty consistent numbers there as well. So without any big jumps noticeable one way or the other, market's pretty predictable for life as a seller, which is definitely the place that I'd want to be. If you are trying to buy, definitely considerations would be to buy now as opposed to waiting to the winter time or next year, when we're probably going to see even less homes available. So anyways, that's this week's market snapshot. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Gill at NextHome Lifestyles. Please remember to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Until then, I'll see you guys next week.